Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kylie, and in today's video we're going to be doing a summer book talk plus a bunch of my summer book recs. I've just been reading over the last summer and right back again this summer, so I thought it was the perfect time to kind of coordinate all my books together and let you guys know which books I liked and which books I didn't really like so much. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. Okay guys, first starting off with a 3-book series. I love reading Jenny Han books, so we're going to talk about a few of her books so far. But this is the To All the Boys series. It's a 3-book series set. There are also movies on Netflix if you guys want to check those out as well. But her books are more of like a young adult romance, and they're appropriate for teen and young adult readers. So I would recommend this. Her first book is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. This book basically talks about Laura Jean's private love letters are mysteriously mailed out, leading to awkward confrontations with former crushes, including her sister's ex-boyfriend and a popular boy named Peter Kavinsky. To save face, Laura Jean and Peter start a fake relationship that unexpectedly turns into something real. So I really enjoyed this book. This one, the tropes are basically fake dating. Obviously, Laura Jean and Peter, the two main characters, are fake dating in the beginning, getting together at the end. So this was a great read. It's a pretty, not too big of a book. I love this book so much. And now let's look at the second book. It's called P.S. I Still Love You, and this one talks about Laura Jean and Peter's relationship deepens, but things get complicated when another recipient of a love letter, her old crush, John Ambrose McLaren, reappears. Laura Jean must navigate her feelings and figure out what love truly means. So this book basically is like a love triangle-ish book because there's a new love interest that gets introduced, and basically Laura Jean has to like battle out her feelings, her old feelings with this new guy that's coming in, and then her current relationship. This one was really great. Watch all the movies as well, and I think the second movie was my favorite. Same size as the first one, so it should be a pretty easy read. So this is her third book, called Always and Forever Laura Jean. This one talks about as senior year ends, Laura Jean faces big decisions about college, her relationship with Peter, and her future. The final book deals with change, growing up, and the challenges of monitoring love through life's transitions. So this one's trope is like college versus relationship. Obviously they're in their senior year, seeing where their relationship is gonna go outside of that. This one was really great too. I think this was the smallest book out of all 3 of them, so this one is the shortest one. Series is definitely a must read for the summer. All right guys, next, also written by Jenny Han, is the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I know a lot of people are probably familiar with her show that is on Prime Video if you guys are interested. 3-book set. The spice level is about medium for people who are reading. So we have the first book, which is called The Summer I Turned Pretty, and this one talks about the summer everything changes. Belly is no longer the little girl everyone remembers. She's grown up, and both Conrad and Jeremiah start seeing her differently. She finds herself in the middle of a love triangle while dealing with the emotional weight of growing up and family issues. So all 3 books, the trope is a love triangle. It basically follows Conrad, Jeremiah, and Belly, the 3 main characters. And yeah, this one is just really the intro into all of their drama within the love triangle, but also there are some family complications, as I said while describing it. But this book, all 3 of these books are about the same size and pretty small, smaller than Jenny Han's last books that I just showed. But yes, this one is a great read, and I also read these all throughout last summer. Now we have the second book. It's called It's Not Summer Without You, and this one's about after a heartbreaking turn of events, Belly is left trying to move on, but Conrad goes missing, and Jeremiah asks for her help to find him. Old feelings resurface, and Belly is forced to confront her complicated emotions. Once again, this book is also about the love triangle. We see more character development between like the brothers and that whole like different aspect of what happens when they have to go on that little adventure. And so I think this one is definitely jam-packed. Obviously, we have season 1 and season 2 on Prime Video. Season 3 is coming out this month, so make sure you guys tune in, and honestly read the 3rd book before you watch the 3rd season, because I definitely think that's why I mainly read these, to actually compare the books to the movies. If you guys can see my reoccurring theme. It was also really great. It's also pretty short, about the same length as the 1st book, so I think this is also a really easy read. And then finally we have our 3rd book, which is called We'll Always Have Summer, and this one focuses on Belly finally choosing between the 2 brothers, but as her relationship with one deepens, unresolved feelings and family tensions threaten to ruin everything. She must decide what and who she truly wants. So this one is like the final hurrah on the chapter. Obviously we'll be getting the 3rd season very soon, but this one just deals with, once again, a love triangle between the 2 brothers and Belly, and who she ends up choosing in the end. Definitely recommend reading this before this 3rd season, as I said, but once again, this book is pretty short as well and about the same size as the other 2. So yeah, that's it for Jenny Han books. Alright guys, this is also another popular series, but a new author. We're talking about Hannah Grace, and she writes new adult romances. These books are pretty mature, so I would say 17 plus for readers, and the spice level is
high in these. So if you want some action, these are the books that you need to get.
Let's go ahead and break down all 3 of these books. So first we have the infamous Icebreaker. This one deals with Anastasia Allen, a competitive figure skater who has her sights set on the Olympics. And then we have Nathan Hawkins, the charming hockey team captain, and unexpectedly enters her world when a rink mishap forces their teams to share the ice. Despite clashing at first, sparks fly, and the fake enemies to lovers tension turns into a steamy emotional romance as they navigate ambition, pressure, and love. So this one is a very spicy book. The trope is enemies to lovers, so the 2 characters just start discovering their relationships. This book is pretty thick. These ones take a little bit longer to read than the past books that I've showed you guys, but honestly, great read. I love these because they keep you engaged for sure. I think this is a really good read, and also her books are pretty easy to read as well, so no matter the size, I think it's pretty easy to get through this book. Now, her 2nd book, Wildfire, I'm currently reading this book right now, but this one talks about Russ Callahan and a Maple Hills hockey player, and Aurora Roberts, a former rich girl trying to reset her life, have a no strings attached hookup at summer camp, but when they both end up working at the same camp, their past connection complicates things. As they open up about trauma, identity, and fears, their summer fling begins to feel like something much deeper. So this is a friends with benefits type of book. I'm currently reading this. I am pretty close to the end here, so can't wait to see what happens. But so far, it's been a really great book. I actually read Hannah Grace's books out of order. They're supposed to go Icebreaker, Wildfire, and then Daydream, which I'll talk about in a second, but I read them Icebreaker, Daydream, Wildfire. So all of her characters connect throughout all 3 books. So you'll see mention of, like, in this one, characters that will be in Daydream that she'll write a romantic novel about. They have little hidden points in this book, and then from Icebreaker there were little hidden points about them. Able to catch that when I read this book before this book, and I saw like the little difference between that. But all her books link a little bit, so if you read them in order, you'll be able to see like little hints of like the next couple that she's gonna write about. It's been pretty good so far. This one I think is the smallest and the shortest out of all 3 books, but definitely another good and easy read. Okay, and then we have a Daydream. So this one's about Henry Turner, a sweet and loyal Maple Hills hockey player, falls hard for Imagine. Oh, I don't think that was her name. Her name was Hallie. I did most of my research, like summaries on ChatGPT. It put Imogen. Anyway, this book is about Henry and Hallie. And when she transfers schools and ends up in Maple Hills, the slow burn connection deepens. This book focuses on self-worth, finding safety in love, and supporting each other through life's pressures. So this was definitely a slow burn. This one had the least amount of spice, so I would say this one's like medium to high spice.
There's still some spice in here. Don't worry, girls and boys. She put some in here.
This one's most definitely the most low-key, and it's a slow burn, so it takes them a little bit longer to get into that stage other than from the other two books. I only think that you can read these like separately and not read the other two different stories, but you will see other characters, as I mentioned before, pop up in each book. And yeah, so this one was about the same size as Icebreaker, so it may take a little bit longer to read because it's a little bit thicker. This was also a really great read, and the series was really great. Alright guys, moving into the next author, we have Ali Novak's book, which is called My Life with the Walter Boys. She writes young adult contemporary romance books. This book is also on Netflix. Season 1 is out, Season 2 is coming out super soon, so I would definitely tune in. But this book is appropriate for ages 13 and up, and the spice level is pretty low. But let's talk about her book a little bit more. So, My Life with the Walter Boys by Ali Novak is about Jackie. After losing her family, moves to Colorado to live with her mom's best friend and 12 loud, chaotic brothers. Amidst the chaos, Jackie navigates a tricky love triangle, heals from grief, and discovers a new sense of family and herself. So this is another love triangle book. This one was really, really great. Honestly, love the books better than the shows that were made after, but I watched and read both, so I'm able to compare. That's why I really love reading books that have shows. This one was really great. This one is a little bit thicker, so it may take a little bit longer to read, but I thought this one was super cute, a bit more innocent than maybe books by Hannah Grace. This one was a great read. Okay guys, so next author we have is Caitlin Hill. She writes young adult romance books. This one I just happened to pick up off the shelf on Books A Million one day, and it happened to be really good, so I decided to incorporate it into this book talk. But this is one of her single books. I'm pretty sure she's written more, but this book is called Not Here to Stay Friends. It is appropriate for ages 13 and up, and the spice level is pretty low. So let's talk about it just a little bit more. Follows Salone, who joins her best friend Liam on a teen reality dating show over the summer. As they navigate the drama of the show, old friendship feelings turn into something more. It's a fun, sweet, young adult romance about friendship, self-discovery, and young love. So this trope is friends to lovers. I thought this was a really easy read. This book is pretty short, but it was definitely something that I wasn't expecting to read and expecting to really like, not really doing any research and just reading off the back, and I honestly really loved it. I ended up reading this over the school year, and it was a really great read, so I would definitely recommend this book as well. So as we wrap up today's video, I also wanted to talk about two books that I didn't really find much interest in, but maybe one of you guys will, so I decided to put it into this video. But there were two books written by two different people. First, we have this book called Beach Cute, written by Beth Reckles, I think it is. And the main reason I got this book was because it is written by the same author that wrote The Kissing Booth. I watched the Kissing Booth movies and I really like them. I would really love to read the books. This book was honestly just not for me. I read this in like fall of this year. I did not really enjoy that much. It's about three girls on one beach vacation. They go to a beach resort and they all have three different like traumas that they're trying to get over. Honestly, it wasn't enough like romance. It was more of like a friendship. Honestly, this book just wasn't really my vibe. As you can see, I didn't even finish this book all the way through. I didn't even get halfway through this book before I stopped reading it. It honestly just did not interest me to continue reading this book. But this could be the best choice for one of you guys. So I would definitely do a little bit more research on it because I didn't do much research on it for you guys. But if you guys are interested in more like cute, like friendship, summer books, I definitely think this may be the choice for you. Secondly, we have this other book. This one is by Rachel Hawkins. It's called Prince Charming. This is an arranged marriage trope. Not that big of a fan on arranged marriage tropes or books. It didn't really interest me, like the royalty aspect is just not really my vibe, but it definitely could be one of you guys' vibe. Once again, I did not finish reading this book all the way. I think I got about a little bit over halfway into reading it. Do your research on it if it sounds like something that would interest you, but honestly this doesn't look like too bad of a read anyways. So if you guys are interested in like forced marriage, forced love tropes, I think this would definitely be the book for you. But that is all in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed so much. I can't wait for you guys to read these books. Let me know down in the comments if you read any of these books or if you have any recommendations from me, because I will definitely need something to read after I finish Wildfire. But make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!